basically. We're going to display another Trophy Hunter. Especially considering that I need to get first or second. I think Trophy Hunter gives us the best chance of that given our hero selection, and it gives us the best chance of that based on Trophy Hunter being one of the best heroes, and I still maintain that that's the case despite our bad game. So even with one not ideal game, I still think Trophy Hunter is one of the best heroes. So it is not the best hero. I think it's probably a Horde Dragon, Sphinx Piper maybe, but it is pretty good overall. Yeah, I think I have the best results on like Horde Dragon and Piper and Sphinx. They're all pretty similar. But I do have a very similar win rate on Trophy Hunter, so I think I'm fine with it. And we're going to start off with a Tiny because it's unlikely for that to have us take damage on turn 1, which is nice. We are locking for the Fruit because it gives us extra economy here, so we're going to buy the Cinderella, and I'll buy the other Tiny here. So I don't love the Tinies in general, but they are good early on just to save health. So far I think this start is a little bit better than the last one. Very similar, but a little bit better. I don't really care that much about Friendly Spirit on Trophy Hunter. Like, obviously it's, or not Friendly Spirit, Animal Familiar. Obviously it's nice if you get something scaled up, but it ends up being pretty rough. Alright, cool. So the Forbidden Fruit pays off there. We could get a triple now. It's probably one of the worst units in the game to triple. We can't really play a spell. I think I'm going to do it anyway, so I don't really want to lock here. Bounty board is nice, but we're very far away from actually having Slay. Skip would make us the strongest for this turn. I think it's probably just locked chest over bounty board here. And then I think since we're sort of setting ourselves up for failure here, it's either the chicken or the billy goat. Because of this Tiny. So I'm actually thinking it's the chicken. Because we're likely losing this fight a lot of times anyway, even with the billy, and this will give us the potential for more 3s. Looks like we tie. We'll take it. The Tinies also would have... we probably could have won this if we had kept the 2 Tinies separate. There is a world where we buy Wicked Witch, Wicked Witch. It's good if we find Mummy later. Gives us the ability to roll as well, which I don't hate. Or we could buy the Lonely Prince. If we buy the Lonely Prince, we can't really Falling Stars. I like this pair. Let's Falling Stars and roll once. Don't really care for the Princess White. I think we're going to leave this, and we're just going to hope that the Falling Stars is good enough here. I don't mind picking these up on the off chance that we get Mummy or Book. It also makes a lot of other evil things a lot more viable in the mid-game. So given that our board is so weak, I think this is okay. Obviously, we're not particularly strong here, but there wasn't really going to be much of a run-out that could have made us incredibly strong on this turn. Being at 38 is still really nice, though. We've managed to tie in a lot of spots where we probably were unfavored. That's actually good, but we're not going to be strong enough to do much more. So we have a Mummy here. That's really good. We can take the Mummy, and I think the Queen of Hearts is going to be better than the Stag in this spot. This represents... basically, I don't want the Stag because of positioning. I am kind of in for this Shadow Assassin. It gives us a range unit to start scaling up with the mummy, which I like. We're a bit soft to Earthquake, but there's not really a way for us to position this to not be soft to Earthquake. So I think this is our positioning. And we do get a tier 3 treasure next turn. There's quite a few that are really strong, so we'll have to see. We may even take the Peep, but it just sort of depends on this Cinderella. I'm considering... Well, let's see what's in this locked chest before I decide what I'm going to shrink. Whether I'm going to shrink or not. Because if it ends up being the +3 to Slay, I may end up buying another Slay thing. They have a monster book already, which means that they get Earthquake here, which is really bad for us. This 4-1 is pretty tough. We need to attack right. It doesn't matter. It hitting Earthquake there instead of the deal 1 really cost us. So we can Sarcophagus or Crystal Ball or Power Orb here. Power Orb is okay. Sarcophagus probably makes us the strongest for right now. 3, 6, 9, 12. It's probably just Sarcophagus for the time being, and that makes me want the Ogre Princess a lot less, so we're not going to shrink. We'll take the Black Cat as well. And then we'll probably lead something like this. And figure out how to position this. I guess this is okay. I would have liked to have cast a spell this turn to trigger this, but I think it's probably better to keep the tiny for now. Like a 4-4 is dramatically worse than a 2-12 unless they specifically hit Earthquake. So I think this is what we're going to run, but I don't love it. Unless we actually skip treasure, which we're not going to do here. God, really? Those hits were not great. But we do have Sarcophagus, so we'll tie. But man, those hits were terrible. Let's grab the Wicked Witch first. Alright, so we got Bad Moon, so that's pretty good. Means we can reposition a bit. I'm going to mix this thing. So we can get our treasure here. I think we're on for Secret Stash. Just in case we lose a combat. Let's go ahead and roll. I'm okay with another Shadow Assassin here. I don't think we cast the Forbidden Fruit. I'm trying to decide on our positioning. Like, we really want to prioritize the Mummy Slay, but it's pretty awkward because the Black Cat delays combat quite a bit. I think this is fine, given that we have a temporary Wicked Witch, position-wise. We'll attack with the Mummy first. If it slays, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. And then if Black Cat slays, it's actually not that bad, because even if the Bad Moon scaling isn't great, we do get the second Sarcophagus hit, so I think it's fine. And this is a lot of damage with the Sarcophagus, so it does make us a bit stronger in this regard. I'd like to find Grim Souls as soon as I can, so that we can actually start getting some stats on Mummy, or switch to something else if we need to. So we did trigger Slay, but it didn't actually die, so they're really weak. They are on 5 already, though, which is pretty insane. They're like so much EXP ahead. We could take the Monster Book. I don't actually think that that's the direction that I'm going to go here. I don't hate the idea of the Monster Book, but ideally I'd rather go Mummy or Mummy or Spirit, which I think we're healthy enough to be able to afford that choice. Let's buy the chicken here and roll. So we'll pick up another mummy. I kind of want a Witch's Brew, one of these as well. Maybe the other one. Because I'd like to get a Slay, but we don't really have a guarantee that we're going to do that. Like, is 9 attack enough to Slay consistently? Not really. I guess it's fine. We'll even it out a little bit. I'm going to sell this and roll. Ideally looking for, like, Grimsoul. We didn't see it, so we're going to sit on these, but... Because if I find Grimsoul, then I could sell this 3 for it, and then just shift this over. This is what we're going to run for this round. Basically, since I can't find Grimsoul and actually sell for it, I'm not going to worry about it. But we have a very good board. If we can find Grimsouls, I think we have a very solid chance of winning this. I may try to hold on to the chickens if possible to try and look for a tier 2 treasure or the black cat. Getting first attack would be really solid. Looks like they're a bit too strong for us to actually get the Slay there. This guarantees a Slay though, which is nice. Looks like they have multiple Romeos but no Juliets. Is that the case? Oh no, they do have a Juliet. We just killed one of them with the mummy. Okay. Okay, so I will take this for the pair and then roll. Alright, we'll take the 2 chickens here. We're likely going to skip this treasure since it's not the boots. I don't particularly care about any of this stuff, so we'll just take the gold. We'll Mix-a-Wizzle this, which we can potentially kiss if we find it. We'll take the Queen of Hearts triple. Not sure I want any of these treasures either. Fancy Pants is fine. I don't think we can get rid of Sarcophagus or Bad Moon, and I don't really want to get rid of the Secret Stash. I think we just skip and roll. Bit unfortunate. I'm going to sell this for the Burning Palm, though. Let's just do it on the bigger one and put it in the front. I would put Romeo in, but it's probably just not even better than the Black Cat, honestly. They saved themselves a little bit of damage there with the book. Alright, we are going to pick up the Black Cat for the treasure option. First attack is still going to be really strong eventually. No first attack again, huh? Okay, that's fine. Roll looking for Baba. We'll grab this. Probably skip. I'm not sure if I want another Shadow Assassin. I don't really think that I do. I think I can just Cat's Call, put in the Tiny, and then roll. Continuing to look for the things that we actually need and want. Notably, we haven't seen a Spirit again. This is the second time that we haven't found any friendly spirits, and we haven't seen any Babas and no Grimsouls yet, which is problematic. We have a lot of health. We have a lot of health, and I think with the Secret Stash, we effectively have 31. If we lose, it will be sad, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if we lose one combat. We likely won't with this Cat's Call here, but we're missing out on a lot of scaling from the mummies in this spot, which is not ideal. We did get a Slay, which is nice. We are not going to get a second one, likely. Yeah. do kill our opponent here, which is nice for us. It moves the lobby forward a little bit more. We're going to roll. Take the Grim Soul. Gives us much better positioning as well, which I like. I don't know if I care to buff the Grim Soul in this spot. Based on what our opponents have been playing, it likely won't slay most of the time, so we're just going to roll and look for the Baba. That's pretty good. We could probably just put the Wicked Witch in the front, or even like this. I'm trying to decide if that makes sense. I'm even considering this Genie's Wish as well. And I'm considering the Mermaid, though we do have Bad Moon, so we maybe don't need it that badly. We could do this, but I kind of like the double Baba supporting these. We could put this in the front, but I think that's kind of weak. This represents 4, 8, 12. Like 16-ish if it's in the back. I think we're just going to do it like this. Nah, we're going to do it like this, because we want them to be roughly even size, so that we have a chance of getting a second slay. Looks like we're not going to get any slays, really, beyond the Grim Soul. Of course, the Horde Dragon is Omega High rolling, which is not ideal. We had an out if the Romeo died before the Juliet. Pretty brutal there, but it is basically a minimum loss, so this is the turn to do that if we're going to have it happen. We'll take the other Grim Soul. We'll roll. We'll grab the chicken. I don't hate Luna's Grace, but trying to figure this one out. Kind of want to cast this Poison Apple. I don't really love this. I should have maybe put the bigger one in the front just so it has a better chance of slaying. Oh, well, that's not great. Oh, that's pretty good for us. We are not going to survive here, but... Oh, we do. They also have Ivory Owl. We got a little bit of scaling, which is nice. Not as much as I would have liked. This one's a 1620, this one's a 6-9. We really are going to have to combine these together, I think. We may have to Cat's Call here, so I think I'm going to try and remain healthy. There's no guarantee that we find any other pieces. This is probably an Oni King game, based on how this has been going. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that the Grim Souls can slay, but they at least have a chance now, whereas they really didn't have a chance before. And I do think I lead on the bigger mummy. Eventually we're going to have to combine these. I don't know if we're going to put in another Last Breath. If we do, we may not be able to. This is not looking great, though. These are way too small at this point in the game. Like, actually way too small. I don't know if we can ever beat that Horde Dragon at this rate. Which kind of sucks. But we're going to keep doing our best. It's actually fine, but we might die to this pumpkin. Like, an upgraded pumpkin is pretty fucked up in this spot, especially if they're going to attack directly into it. Can we kill this Medusa? I think that's maybe our only chance. Oh, we're okay. Not great, though. Alright, here's our triple mummy. We're going to take it. So, we don't know where they're at now. Because their Herc just procced, so they have a 7. There is the line of knighthooding either the Baba or the Grimsoul here. But if we take one of these treasures, we won't be able to do that. Knighthooding the Baba gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knighthooding this gives us 4, 6. It's the same amount of hits. I think it's the Grimsoul. So they have Round Table, Good Boys. We're going to take this, but we really need a Soul Tack. But I don't know if a Soul Tack is going to make a difference here. So if we Soul Tack, we can protect one of our Babas from the Lightning Dragon, which might be enough. There's no guarantee that it's enough, but it might be enough. Last time that we fought them, we really didn't have the ability to kill any of their front row, even with a 20 attack Grimsoul. So we may be fine with this not having the Oni King. But if we lose both of the Babas, we're basically fucked. We could even shift these over so that the Soul Tack protects more things, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we're going to protect just the one and see if that's enough. Why are they getting so many spells out of that shit? They get 4 spells because they're Muerte. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. We can get more scaling on this. this turn. We need to upgrade this Baba, I think. Another Grimsoul is interesting. I think we'll take it. This is that beauty. We might just die here, actually. We might need the Oni King here. Because that pumpkin is really scary. That was 3 turns ago, too. I don't know what to do. I think we're going to do this. And then we're going to try to maximize our slays to scale our mummy here. So I want this to be bigger. So we're top 2. We know that they still have that big lightning dragon. Which can kill one of our back row, so we do need the soul tack to protect. We can move these over, and we can have soul tack protect like this. And then let's roll. I can't really take Oni King here. We can triple the Baba. I think that's really big. Tree of Life doesn't do it, I don't think. Giving Grimsoul plus a bunch of attack or the soul attack doesn't really do much. I honestly think it's just skip for more gold. I think we do that, and then we can position them like this. No, that's stupid. Why did I do that? That doesn't do anything. Oh wait, that's amazing. Wait a fucking second, maybe I'm a genius. No, don't apple this again. Okay, that's fine. That's actually amazing. So this dies. We lose our Baba, which sucks, but we can basically kill everything else. Actually, this Grimsoul in the back is genius, because it's the only thing that they can kill. I may even soul tack just to protect the Baba now, and then we can put the Shadow Assassin in the front, because then their Lightning Dragon like is either gonna trigger Grimsoul or... Okay, so that's a good idea. Okay, we can make that work. So that thing's doing 120 damage, so we can do something like this. How do we protect just the Baba? While still having it hit the mummy. I guess like this, and then we still just have the Shadow Assassin in this slot. That feels fucking bad. I guess it's fine. I think we Wormroot this again. I don't know if this is how I want to do it, but I'm going to try it. I think this is good enough, but I could be wrong. If they leave the Lightning Dragon in, I think this is good enough. Well, we'll see where that pig goes. that'll do it. Okay. So that's number one. We have to do that again next round, but it's going to be a little bit tighter because we are fourth or dead, basically. So but top four for live for day 3 is much better, I think, than where we were at before. So half the battle's done. Now we just have to do it again. We'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go stretch it off a little bit, and then we'll try for the last round.